Joker looks like the most humblest motherfucker I've ever seen. I've never seen a player who's won the NBA championship and he was just dormant.
One last thing, I don't give a lot of props to a lot of big guys, but that's true. All the props in the world, brother.
Thank you, Shaq. It means a lot.
It
means a lot. It should mean a lot.
Very impressive to watch.
You know, Jokic can win his championship. No one's gonna care. Let's just be honest. I'm sorry. He's not gonna go from where he is right now to this super mega star because he's not doing anything kids want to see.
Nikola Jokic's incredible adventure during the 2023 playoffs. He cemented his place among his leadership and performance led the Nuggets to their first NBA championship in franchise history, and adding the Finals MVP title to his accolades checked off the box of ultimate playoff success for joy. His exceptional play at this elite level earned him widespread acclaim and immense respect from veteran NBA legends. Let's examine what these legends had to say about the Serbian center and what makes him unique among players. NBA star Kevin Garnett made a significant comment regarding Jokic's humility. He pointed out that instead of being in the first row of his team's championship photo, JIC stood in the rear left corner, displaying a unique humility that Garnett acknowledged he had never witnessed before. When the Joker appeared on JJ Rex's podcast, he looked like the most modest person I've ever seen. He's a one-of-a-kind. I've never seen the championship photo shot with your best player in the third row. In his analysis of Nikola Jokic's casual fans and the Denver Nuggets, Gilbert Arenas compared Jokic to Tim Duncan, pointing out that supporters frequently ignored Duncan's 5 championship wins. You are certain that YIC can win this championship? RA said, let's be honest, no one is going to care. I'm sorry, but he's not going to go from where he is now to this super me star because he's not doing anything that kids want to see. Instead, it's the players and their personalities. Jokic is fantastic, but he lacks it. Following Jokic's incredible playoff run, Magic Johnson, an NBA legend, congratulated the Serbian center Nikola Jokic on winning the Irvin Magic Johnson Western Conference Finals MVP award and averaging 27 points, 14.7 rebounds, and 11.3 assists for the series. Magic then added that the Serbian forward affects basketball just like many other greats. Magic Johnson believes that Denver Nuggets star Nikola Jokic is reshaping basketball right before our eyes, and encourages everyone to appreciate the transformation he's bringing to the game. Like Michael Jordan, the Joker is transforming basketball in front of our very eyes. Larry Bird before the Joker joined the NBA, LeBron James and numerous others, the Dallas Mavericks LED legend known for his signature one-legged fadeaway jumper. Dirk Nowitzki was regarded as the quintessential European big man. He was a soft touch both inside and outside the paint, one of the first big men to consistently shoot from three-point range, and an incredible leader. If we start praising Dirk's game, we could go on for hours. The sombor shuffle, also known as Nikola Jokic's post-fadeaway shot, is a recent street sensation that has given Dirk some competition when it comes to the most iconic post movements. When Dirk led the Mavs to a championship over the Miami Heat in 2011, his legacy took a significant turn, as we can see with Nikola Jokic's basketball legacy today. Naturally, Dirk is aware of the Joker's skills because he is an avid basketball enthusiast who watches both the NBA and European basketball. I'm happy for him because he's one of the best players in the world and he's demonstrating that right now on this stage. Unlike Nowitzki's fadeaway, which was always launched off his left leg, the sombor shuffle, which Jokic developed in 2017 while recovering from a sprained left ankle, is launched off his right foot. He just does what works for him. Jokic has a knack for making difficult shots, so I wasn't particularly surprised that he ended up making that he can put the release point all the way behind his head and then shoot it extremely high in the air with unbelievable mark. In an interview with NBA analyst Rachel Nichols on the Showtime Basketball podcast, NBA legend Paul Pierce rejected the idea that Nikola Jokic is the second greatest passer of all time, claiming that the Denver Nuggets big man doesn't even rank in the top 5 in that category. I never liked shooting off that right foot on that one because I felt it was really difficult for me to coordinate. It was easier off the left foot. However, it actually looks pretty smooth for him off the right leg. To me, Joker isn't even among the top 5 passers. Pierce claimed that simply because he is a big man, he is the best big man, but when discussing pure passers, it is necessary to bring up players like Magic Johnson. Larry Bird and Jason Williams-Rondo were discussing Flash and its flair. The Joker is fantastic. The Denver Nuggets were prepared to begin their title defense campaign against the Los Angeles Lakers on TNT when the promo department neglected to mention the champs leaving 2023 Finals MVP Nikola Jokic off an advertisement. This caused a lot of people to take notice, and Charles Barkley was quick to respond, saying, "You sent me that graphic and I showed it to Ernie, and we just want to apologize to the Nuggets Joker and the city of Denver. That's completely stupid not having Joker on that graphic. I mean, we're here all day." Barkley, one of the most dominant players in the Nines himself, has found Jokic to be reminiscent of Tim Duncan, even though he dominates the game in a different way. Chuck has brought up an intriguing point about Tim Duncan and Nikola Jokic, who are still somewhat similar in their game, particularly in their high basketball IQ, low temper, and lack of selfishness. He tripped out those one-legged floaters off the wrong leg, and things like that. Hakey and Kevin McHale were about to shoot a fadeaway or an up and under. This guy reminds me of Tim Duncan because of the way he plays, even if he is shooting one-legged floaters off the wrong leg. He acts like, "Hey, I just want to play basketball. This is my job, I ain't going to complain. If a guy's open, I'm going to pass the ball. I don't care who gets the glory." The Joker reminds me of Tim Duncan, the greatest power forward of all time, who never complained and simply went out to play basketball. You don't know much about him off the court. After leading the Denver Nuggets to a sweeping victory over the Los Angeles Lakers, Nikola Jokic was awarded the Magic Johnson Western Conference Finals MVP award. Renowned for his candid remarks regarding Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen shared his opinions on Jokic. "I've been watching Jokic, and it seems like we've all overlooked how fantastic this man has been discussing the Denver Nuggets over the past 2 years." Pippen adds that this season has been really special. "When I watch this guy play, I can ask, how does the best basketball player not get picked in a pickup game?" Shaq is regarded as the most dominant force in basketball history, and even though he was dominating the game because of his overwhelming physique and athleticism, Diesel was not someone you wanted to be paired up against. Shaq was a very good rim protector in his early days, but as his career progressed and he began to gain more muscle, he started to decline a little. Despite all of that, he was still an above-average defender, and even though he is one of the hardest centers to guard in NBA history, Shaq views him as a pretty good matchup with whom he wouldn't have any issues while defending. "The only way he could score on me is in a pick-and-roll situation, as I would likely have to assist with Jamal Murray, which frees him up a little bit if he's going down in the post. I don't want no help if he shoots a jump hook over me. Nice shot, even if I admire Jokic's abilities and capabilities." During a game break between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Nuggets, Shaq told Jokic Volim, that means, "I love you," in Serbian, which is Jokic's native tongue. Jokic seemed genuinely moved by Shaq's telling him that in Serbian, and he responded with the same response, but in English. Lakers legend and the man on the NBA logo, Jerry West, was one of the first extremely talented players in NBA history and had a great eye for talent, as evidenced on several occasions during his career as a general manager. The logo is a huge fan of Nikola Jokic's game. The Los Angeles Lakers' great claims that the Serbian center's thinking on the court is that some of the NBA's best. He thinks like Magic Johnson. Larry Bird, LeBron James, Chris Paul is 7 feet tall. You watch him shoot shots and think, "Oh my goodness, this has no chance." But the secret to his skill is his amazing hands. If you watch a rebound, 4 or 5 guys are there and he just reaches for it. He can be in the middle of 8 hands, and somehow the ball comes out of his hands. He's just so much fun to watch when he plays. It looks like he's playing in a hammock because he appears so at ease. Despite being a big-time shooter and one of the NBA's all-time greats, Reggie Miller, an NBA commentator, occasionally finds himself biased in favor of his playing colleagues. Nikola Jokic is a tremendous fan and lover of his work. Reggie is still unable to place Nikola's name next to David Robinson's and Hakey's. I would say that he would be knocking on the door, but I can't put him in there with David Robinson just yet because he needs to win another championship. Based on the numbers he has put up, we have never seen anything like it before. He's kind of a unicorn with the ability to score, assist, and rebound. The passes have been incredible, but ultimately it's only one championship, and I know that people want to get sucked into that. Yes, if he accumulates a body of work and returns with another championship, then we can open the door and begin these discussions, but with one championship, I can't put him in there with Hakey, who has 2. I think David Robinson has 2 or 3, and I find it really challenging to place him in that organization because, in my view, he is not close to Shaw in terms of centers. Hakey the Dream was a force to be reckoned with during his prime. He was so good down in the post that after his playing career ended, he began teaching NBA players his bag of tricks. Hakeem the Dream was one of the best centers of the 1990s NBA era, if not the best. He was known for his amazing footwork and soft touch around the rim, but most importantly for his dream shake. LeBron James Garnett, Kevin. A player whose game depends more on skill than athleticism, like Dwight Howard and many other NBA legends, is bound to enjoy Nikola Jokic's style, which depends on skill and basketball IQ. However, when he's playing, you might think he's not serious, but his shot and fakes are so good that it's hard to tell when he's acting and when he's actually playing. He has tricks. There are great defenders in the NBA today, but none have come up with a good strategy to stop Nikola Jokic. His ability to score in every zone and his excellent court vision make it hard for defenders to predict his actions. It is an honor to watch Nikola Jokic's outstanding achievements at this elite level, since his skill level is so high that almost no approach seems to work against him. He is already regarded as one of the best.